Morning, YouTubers. It's a bright, sunny spring morning here on the Promised Land, and we're just out here on what we call Time Warp. That's the porch, enjoying the morning before all the festivities start. Today, we're going to be making a watering system for the Butt Nugget Factory. For those of you that are not familiar with the Butt Nugget Factory, that's the chicken coop. But we like to try and build things so that we don't have to do things every day with the chicken. So I had a watering system I made with the little plastic cups, and it's not working so great. So Mama Bear wants a new system. We're going to be building one, and so stick with us. We'll see how this thing works out. We'll see what kind of crazy idea I come up with on how we're going to make that happen. So, first thing here, start every day on Promised Land with your coffee. There she is, right there. Come on, Bear. I told you I'd get you. Mama Bear is afraid of camera. So if you ever get the elusive glimpse of the Mama Bear, it's like catching a Sasquatch, just so you know. Shit like that. That wasn't funny. Okay. Alright, so we're back. I went to the store. What we're going to do is we ordered this little bowl off the Amazons. It's got the little float like you have in your toilet right there. And the idea is we're going to take our plastic barrel here and we're going to fill it with water. And then we're going to make a hose that connects to this end right here, connects to the barrel. And then the gravity feed will feed the bowl. The float will shut it on and off as it needs, and the kids and the chickens will be taken care of. To do this, we had to go to our local hardware store, Home Depot. Was this the one I went to this time? I got this little thing here. Got a rubber gasket on the inside of here, reverse threaded. Then I got your standard shut off, 3/4 shut off. It screws into here.
Dude, you should really stop pursuing a career in plumbing. You know what happened last time.
I don't want to hear that anymore. Alright?
Just saying, it's still leaking.
It is not leaking. Don't start. It screws in here like that. Then we have your standard garden hose connection that will screw onto this. I'm going to hook it up. It's barbed, so we're going to try to hook it up to PEX, because the problem that we run into is this fitting right here. So I went to the store and they tried to sell me metal threaded connections, and they act like they want to go on there, but they don't want to go on there. And they were like, well, that's the closest it's going to get. Don't do that. That's a terrible idea. So what I found is that this is the same as the connection on your toilets, where your water supply to your toilets go. It's a 1/2 inch thread. So I found this little guy. Again, your standard PEX, 1/2 inch PEX. This little thing here. It screws on here like so. It has a little rubber gasket in there, so it helps seal that so it shouldn't leak. And Bob's your uncle. To do this, what we're going to use, I got this little 2-inch hole saw. We're going to drill as close to the bottom of the barrel as I can get it to get this thing on there. And then we're going to make the hose to fit whatever size we want. concerns, obviously someone's going to tell you that I don't know how the PEX will stand up to sunlight, so it may eventually be a problem, but that'll be a problem for the future. So stick with us and we will see how this goes. That's a problem. Okay, so as you can see, we here at the Promised Land have nothing but the finest tools available to us, which is why my bit broke off. And to make matters worse, I already have a hole, so I got to contend with that as well. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, well, good news is I found a spare. Here's the broken one. Here's a new one. So, I don't know if you can see this. These come with a little set screw right in there, in which you can adjust and take those out. There's multiple ways to do this. Okay, so that's a 2 1/8 inch 1 drill bit. All right, so one out. So all right, so there it is. you can see these are flattened on one side. So you can see this flattened. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's flattened on this side right here. There it is. You can see that right there, the carve out. Fits in there. So we took the one out of the 10/8 that I took apart, since I couldn't get the 2 1/4 or the 2 inch off. I got the bit out. Slide it back in. That's an 1/8 inch Allen wrench. These are Milwaukee, I think. That's what these are. They're white, whatever they are. So, but all right, we're back in business. We got our 2 inch back. WD-40. It helps everything. Problem solved. Okay, back to square one. So, as you see, we already have a hole here. That's going to create some problems for us. What I'm going to try and do is position just a little bit above that so that my pilot bit can bite in there and we can still take out that hole and it doesn't create a leak. Ron Bear says I need to put this down. So here we go.
You want my help?
Okay, there we go. Look at that. One thing I noticed while we were working on this here project is if you're claustrophobic, don't get this size barrel, because that was a little bit tight for me to fit into. So, it's a good thing that my specialty training and expertise allowed me to get in there get that done. And so next step, get some Teflon on here. You probably ought to fill this up and just see how it works and make sure it doesn't leak. So stay tuned, and we'll see how this project ends. So we're gonna take our Teflon tape. This always confuses me. That's why I'm not a plumber. But you wrap it opposite of what you're gonna thread it on there. It doesn't take a lot. A couple times around. If you wrap it the wrong way, you'll know instantly because you'll start unwrapping your tape. So I recommend putting Teflon or some sort of thread sealant on all threaded plumbing because I hate plumbing. It leaks all the time. Let's see if he feels pretty tight. Okay, so our water barrel is ready. Now we have to make our hose. So we've got standard garden hose with our barb. We've got our 1/2-inch PEX. And you notice I already put my compression ring on there. Now what you're also going to notice is that I don't have the 1/2-inch compression tool with me right now. So I'll show you how it's supposed to work, and if we need it, I'll get it later and crimp it on there. But it really just is a compression. There's a tool that reaches around it, clamps it down on this barb right here, and it's a piece of cake. You'll notice that, to me, that looks like it's going to be pretty tight. It looks like it's going to be a little bit difficult to put in there. So I'm going to shoot this with some WD-40. There we go. It's on there like it's supposed to be. A little rubber washer came out, but and there we go. Now, so I don't know if you can see this flaring, but this is a little bit bigger barb than your standard 1/2-inch PEX like the other end that we have. And so we're not going to be getting that compression ring onto that there. We're just going to hope that it doesn't shrink. Now we have long section of PEX. What we're going to do is we're going to take this down to the chicken coop, get our bowl set up, and measure our length for our hose. Alright, so these holes here, what we're going to use to mount it to one of our chicken coop stabilizers. We're going to say it's relatively level. So, get our barrel. Okay, you should be able to fill it up.
Can we continue videoing?
No. Just fill it up. So, there you go. Fill that up with water. It runs in there. And this way the cups don't fall off, and it should water the chickens for a long time. Okay, so this is going to work decently enough. I'll show you here in a second. I still got to get the PEX tool and crimp down the PEX because it did leak. Even though there's not a lot of pressure on it, the PEX still leaks, but the water stopped flowing. So alright, well, that's going to be the end of that. Our automatic watering system for the Butt Nugget Factory. If you guys liked it, don't forget to click subscribe, like down there so we can keep making these videos. You know, I also, you know, if someone has a question or wants me to do a video on something crazy, I'll come up with some crazy idea. So just shoot me a message and we'll see what we can do for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot. Bye.